Dear students, today we are going to study word problems on quadratic equations, standard 10, and these word problems are very important. We have already studied the standard form of a quadratic equation and the method of solving it by factorization, by completing the square, and by quadratic formula. Quadratic formula in itself contains the completing the square method. So there are some very important word problems. We'll be taking them one by one. We have here the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. So we can see that here the dimensions of the rectangle we need to find, and it is given the diagonal is given in terms of the shorter side, that is breadth. It is 60 meters more than the shorter side, and the longer side is also given in terms of the shorter side. So let us take the shorter side to be x units. It will be very easy to write the diagonal then in terms of the shorter side and the longer side also. So let the shorter side is x units, shorter side is x units. So the diagonal, because it is 60 meters more than the shorter side, it will be shorter side is x, so it will be 60 meter more means x plus 60. Here diagonal will be x plus 60, and the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, because the shorter side is x meters, so 30 meters more means x plus 30 meters. So here we have the length, here the length is x plus 30. So because we know that it is a rectangle, so all the four angles are 90 degree, and here ABC is a right triangle. We can apply Pythagoras theorem in the right triangle, and AC is the diagonal is the hypotenuse here, and the other two sides are the legs of the triangle. So according to Pythagoras theorem, square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. So we can write here x plus 60 whole square equals to x plus 30 whole square plus x square, and then by simplifying we have to use this identity, that is a plus b whole square. A plus b whole square, we get three terms over here, a square plus b square plus 2ab, that is x square, plus 120x plus 3600, and similarly on the right side, x square plus 60x plus 900 plus x square. Collecting the like terms, we have x square minus 60x minus 2700 equals to 0. We can solve it by any method, but factorization method is very simple over here. So we can find the factors of 2700. The factors will be 90 and 30. 90 into 30 will be 2700, and 90 minus 30 is equal to the middle term, that is 60. So we can write here, and then simplifying we have x square minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700 equals to 0. So taking common, we have x into x minus 90 plus 30 into x minus 90 equals to 0. So x minus 90 and x plus 30 are the two factors. So it gives us x equals to 90 and x equals to minus 30. Because the length of the side cannot be negative, so we reject this value minus 30 and we take the other value, that is 90, to be the shorter side of the rectangle, and the measure of the longer side comes out to be 90 plus 30, that is 120 meter. In this way we have found the length and the breadth of the rectangle. Now next problem is about speed and time. Here a train covers 360 km at a uniform speed. The distance is 360 km. If the train increases speed to 5 km per hour more, then naturally the time taken will be less, and it is 1 hour less for the same journey, that is for the same distance of 360 km. We have to find out the speed of the train. So speed of the train is unknown. Let it be s km per hour. So now you have to observe one thing, that the equation has been given in term of time, because differences in the two times, when the speed was original s km per hour and when it had been increased, then there was a difference in time, and the difference in the time is given to be 1 hour. So we are going to use this key point, that time is equal to distance over speed, and then we are going to frame the equation in terms of time equals to distance over speed. So in the first case, the distance was 360 km and the speed was s km per hour. So time taken will be 360 over s. And in the second case, the distance is same but the speed has been increased, so the time taken will be 360 upon s plus 5. Putting this, and the difference in the time that is with this more speed the difference in the time is of 1 hour. Now simplifying this equation, we can take 360 over s plus 5 minus 360 over s equals to minus 1, and now simplifying by multiplying with s plus 5 into s and simplifying to get a common denominator over here, and then cross multiplying we have this expression, that is 360 into s minus 360 into s plus 5 equals to minus s into s plus 5. Many of you do not know how to solve it correctly, or some of you make mistakes, so please practice these type of equations where you have to make the denominator common by multiplying by the same term s plus 5 into s, and then by practicing you can get the correct solution. Collecting the like terms over here, as you can see that s square plus 5s minus 1800 equals to 0. We can factorize 1800, 45 into 40 is 1800, and 45 minus 40 is equal to 5. So writing this and taking the common factors, s plus 45 and s minus 40 equals to 0 are the two factors. So because speed cannot be negative, so s, we reject this value, that is s equals to minus 45, and we take the speed to be 40 kilometer per hour. So it is very important question also, and if you learn the technique, and it will be very easy for you. Please practice it again and again. Now taking on the next problem, we have difference between a number and its positive square root is 12. Find the number. So it is one of the very simple problems. Only thing is you should know the how to frame the equation and how to find out the key terms and how to make it into an equation. So because the unknown is number, so let x be the required number. Positive square root of x will be root x. Now difference means you subtract it from the number. X minus root x gives to be 12. How do we then how we collect the like term? X minus 12 equals to root x, and then the technique is to place this root term in the right hand side to separate it, and x minus 12 on the one side. This is the technique. And then how do you remove root? By squaring. So we have squaring method. X minus 12 squaring both the sides is equal to root x into root x will give x. Now collecting the like terms, here we are expanding it by using the identity a minus b whole square. It gives us three terms, a square, b square and minus 2ab. So x square plus 144 minus 24x equals to x. Now collecting the like terms, we have x square minus 25x plus 144. Again by factorization, 144, 9 into 16, and 16 plus 9 is 25. So arranging it, and we get the two factors over here. X minus 9 into x minus 16 equals to 0, x equals to 9 and x equals to 16. But we see that x equals to 9 does not satisfy the condition given in the question. It happens when we square the original quadratic equation, and this type of root which does not satisfy, it is called the extraneous root. So because it does not satisfy the condition given in the equation, we take the other value, that is x equals to 16. You can see that 9, because 9 does not satisfy. Why? Because if we place 9 over here, then 9 minus 9 minus root of 9 is 3. So 9 minus 3 gives us 6, and 6 is not equal to 12. So this is extraneous root. So we have to reject this, and then we have to take that root which satisfies. 16 satisfies this. So we have x equals to 16 is our number. Now let us take one more example. We have divide 25 into two parts so that the sum of their reciprocal is 1 by 6. Again it is very important and very simple also. See, if we do not know the two parts, so let x be the one part. So the other part will be naturally 25 minus x, as I can say that divide 10 into two parts such that so 10, if you know the one part is x, the other part will be 10 minus x. So 25 minus x, one part is x, so the other part will be 25 minus x. One number we are taking. Now the reciprocal is given, sum of the reciprocal is given, so reciprocal of x will be, interchanging the numerator and denominator, 1 by x, and reciprocal of 25 minus x will be 1 upon 25 minus x. You can revise this. X, it is the number, so x upon 1, we can write the denominator. When we take reciprocal, we interchange the numerator and denominator, so it becomes 1 upon x. Similarly 1 upon 25 minus x. So this is called the reciprocal of x. Okay, now we have to simplify this one. So simplifying this, we can take 1 upon x plus 1 upon 25 minus x, making it a common denominator. We have to multiply 25 minus x, and then here in this it will be x, 25 minus x plus x. In the denominator we have x into 25 minus x. You can write this as 1 upon 6. So 25 upon 25x minus x square equals to 1 upon 6. Now you can simplify these terms by cross multiplying, and then we get the quadratic equation of this form, that is x square minus 25x plus 150. Again factorizing, we have two values here, x equals to 15, x equals to 10. So when x equals to 15, we have this value x equals to 10. The two parts will be when one is 15, the other will be 10. When one is 10, the other will be 15. So the two parts of 25 will be 10 and 15. Moving on, we have again a problem of speed and time. See, a bus covers a distance of 90 km at a uniform speed. Had the speed been 15 km per hour more, it would have taken 30 minutes less for the journey. So you can compare it with the train problem. Here where we were given 360 km, here we are given 90 km as the distance. And now the speed had been, if we increase the speed of the bus by 15 km per hour, naturally it will take less time. So how much less time? Just 30 minutes less. Now again we are given in terms of time. So again will be using time equals to distance over speed relation. Now original speed we can take to be x, and increased speed we can take to be x plus 15. So in the first case we have the time will be distance over speed, that is 90 upon x, and in the second case we'll have the time with the increased speed, that is 90 upon x plus 15. Difference in both the time is 30 minutes. 30 minutes we can change into half hour. So this is very important. You cannot write 30 minutes over here because the other values are in hours. So you have to convert 30 minutes into hour, and 30 minutes equal to half of hour. So by simplifying, now we are getting the quadratic equation in the form x square plus 15x minus 2700 equals to 0. Factorizing, we are getting two values, x equals to minus 60 and x equals to positive 45. So we cannot take minus 60, speed cannot be negative. Rejecting it, we get the speed of the bus as to be 45 km per hour. One more problem, it is very important, and it is given in your some problems are given in your NCERT book also. Let us practice it. We have a boat can cover 10 km upstream and 5 km down the stream in 6 hours. If the speed of the stream is 1.5 km per hour, find the speed of the boat in still water. See, these are the some stream problems of current, speed of the river, speed of the current problems, and speed of the object. Object here is boat. It can be a human being also, like a swimmer also. So we have two speeds in such type of problem. One is the object, one is the speed of the river or the stream or the current, and the other is the speed of the boat or the object. It can be ship also, and it can be a human being also. So what we have to do over here, the main thing is, when object is flowing with this with the speed of the current, then it is called downstream, and the speed, overall speed increases. You can imagine overall speed increases because you are flowing with the current, and when you are moving against the current, that is upstream, and then your speed will be, overall speed will be subtracted. So always it is taken that the speed of the object is more. You have to take the speed of the object to be more than the speed of the current. And here the speed of the boat in the still water is x km per hour, because we have to find out speed of the boat. So speed of the boat is in still water be x km per hour. Now speed of the boat up the stream, as I have told you, when it is against the stream, the overall speed will be subtracted. That is 1.5 we can write as 3 by 2, so x minus 3 by 2 km per hour, and speed of the boat down the stream, it will be x plus 3 by 2 km per hour. Now again you can see that the total time is given, that is 6 hours. The total time taken by the boat to cover both the distance is 6 hours. So again we will use this relation, that is time equals to distance over speed. So distance down upstream is 10 km, and speed is x minus 3 by 2, and distance downstream is 5. kilometer and the speed is x plus 3 by 2. Total time is 6. So now simplification is a very important step in this, because students they frame the equation but they are unable to solve it in further process. So please practice thoroughly, and then we have to take the common denominator. So multiplying it, 2x minus 3 into 2x plus 3, and 10 into 2x plus 3 plus 5 into 2x minus 3. Then simplifying and cross multiplying, we have this equation 4x square minus 10x minus 14. We can further simplify it, 2x square minus 5x minus 7 equals to 0. And then by factorization, we have one factor as 2x minus 7, the other factor is x plus 1. So it gives us either x equals to 7 by 2 or x equals to minus 1. But because speed cannot be negative, so we cannot take this value, rejecting this, and therefore we take the other value, that is 3.5 kilometer per hour. So in this way the speed of the boat in still water is 3.5 kilometer per hour.